you've been renewed for 2 extra seasons, season 4, season 5. When you were wrapping up season 3, did you know that you were coming back for a year or 2?
No, no. It happened, I think, after the first episode was transmitted. I think then that's when the BBC made the call.
Yeah,
which is a great vote of confidence in the show, and we're really thrilled that the BBC would commission not 1 but 2 more episodes. It's great for us, and I think it's great for British television, that they have the confidence to do that, and that the show is not just recognized at home, but it's recognized in the States and all over the world. It's sold to a crazy number of countries, and people connect to it in a mad way, which you wouldn't expect from a show about Brumby gangsters. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And like that must be like, what's it like wrapping up like sort of a season not knowing whether you're going to come back next year or not?
I mean, I don't know. It's all that I've ever known up until now. It's generally been the way. So when we did the first one, we're like, well, what do you think? Is it going to happen again? And then it did. And then we did the second one, and you're in the same situation. But now it's lovely knowing that this is the graph or the arc of the show. And, we're gonna tell the rest of the story in 2 more seasons. And I think it's great for Steve Knight to be able to go, okay, how am I gonna tell the end of this saga?
I guess the better question would be for me to ask you next year, what's it like wrapping up a season of a show and knowing you're going to come back the next year?
It's great. It's I mean, I still don't have a notion what's going to happen. In 4 or 5. So I have to sit down with Steve Knight and see where his brain's at and what's gonna happen. But that's kind of the excitement. You can kind of imagine or predict or sort of guess what he might do, but you never know. And because he is such an original writer, you just never know what he's gonna throw at you. So, but it's lovely to know that we'll get to wrap this up in 2 years, and hopefully, what I love about the show is that it's improved, I think, and it's grown incrementally each season. And I think that's a sign of a good show, that the stories have kind of grown, the characters have grown, this sort of breadth of the show has grown, and that's a really good sign.
Well, I'm glad you don't know what's coming up, because it means I can ask you, what do you hope happens for Tommy moving forward?
Well, we really need to find out how he's gonna get himself out of this pickle with his family, because he's backed himself into a corner now, because he seems to have isolated himself. And that last shot we saw in series 3, he's just standing alone in his big house, and everybody's gone with the cops. And so I don't know, he clearly, if it's Tommy, he's got a plan. So I just need to know what that plan is. And there's the classic arc in all crime drama or gangster stuff, where there's the going legit, making it, and then the sort of descent or the fall. So but Steve Knight might completely knock that on its head. But it's very interesting to go from this to that.
Yeah, definitely. What's the significance of Tommy's tattoos?
Tommy's tattoos. They're military tattoos. They're from his sort of regiment, I think. And when we were sort of figuring out the character in series 1, we took them. They were all real tattoos that the men they are in the infantry or battalion, or whatever it's called, was in war. I've forgotten. But that's where they come from.
You've said earlier how different this character is to you. Maybe the most different any character you ever played has been from you before. How are you most like Tommy?
Man, in no way at all, really. Can't ride a horse, don't smoke, can't drink whiskey, terrible at fighting, awful coward. So anything, he's like my cooler, older, braver brother,
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Did you learn how to steer a carriage this season?
I did do that actually. Yeah, did do that. But you know, there's very obedient horses. They're very amenable and understanding horses. So it's not really that difficult.
Oh, that's good. And when are you going to start filming or shooting season 4?
Next year, sometime next year. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, thanks so much, Cillian, for talking with us again this year and talking the Peaky Blinders. That was really cool to talk about. Last year, you also gave my friends some advice that were going to Ireland of what to do, and they ended up going to an Irish pub and listening to some Irish music and had a great time. So thanks for that advice, Cillian.
No, you're welcome. It's free anytime.
Yeah, very good. Oh, well, great chatting with you, man.
Nice to talk to you. See you again.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Take care.